on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody? Hello?
Anybody? Hello.
Anybody? Hello.
Okay. Well,
I guess we're fine.
I wanted to say, I don't know if any of your viewers watched Ghost Adventures, but I know I texted you some of it, but it was awesome, guys. If I could like record it and not get a copyright strike, I would post it so others could see it.
Are they on the Travel Channel?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And was it like their first show of the year or whatever?
Yeah, because they always start like right around October, but it was at the Conjuring House, and I'm reading the book right now. So to actually like physically see the real house from what I've read in the book, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like where she's talking about the certain stairs, the basement door, this one door latching and unlatching. It's just cool to actually see what
it looks like.
Yeah, it's really
so
cool.
It's the house. Is it bigger than what you thought it would look like?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a smaller farmhouse, but it's actually quite big and it's nice.
And what year was that house built? It goes way back.
1600s.
Wow.
Yeah, really old. That's what they talk about in there as well. Yeah, a lot of death.
I was reviewing the book that you suggested to me about the what's her name? The daughter of the Perron family. Right. And then didn't she or her mother do research and they found out about all the deaths that happened?
Is the one that did research, and I think Andrea in her adult years started to do more. But yeah, her mom dug and got all this information. Yeah. So I just think it's quite cool. And they
live there. That's amazing. So they got the house, what, in the 70s? In like 1970?
Yeah, I think 7, I don't quote me, but 72 maybe, maybe even before then. But I think they sold it in 1980.
In 1980, wow. Yeah, and where was that located?
Rhode Island, basically.
In Rhode Island?
It wasn't Rhode Island. It was in, it's a town. It's on my phone. I can't find it. But it close to Rhode Island. It wasn't far.
So if anybody's wondering what we're talking about, the Conjuring movie, the house was sold and Ghost Adventures did a show on it, right, Rachel?
Right. Last night. Okay, right. People over here.
And Rachel's reading the book by the daughter of the Perron family. I guess I'm saying that name right.
How do I say Perron or Perron?
Perron.
It's either one.
Yeah.
And that's the one that wrote them.
And that story became famous from the Warrens, Lorraine Warren and Ed. Right. Yeah. Just kind of like how they made the Amityville Horror thing famous.
Right.
Kind of like the same thing.
Something interesting that Andrea said about Lorraine was, first of all, that she loved her and she knew she always had good intentions coming and helping them. But doing the seance in the house did not help it like increase the activity. So once they didn't realize what they were getting themselves. Lorraine Warren and her husband didn't realize what they're getting themselves into when they stared working with them. It was that much evil there.
Oh my gosh.
And scary.
What was the woman's name? What was the Bathsheba? I remember it from the movie.
She did, and I heard that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But what is Bathsheba? Was she the woman that lived there?
No, actually, we found that out yesterday. She lived like 3 or 4 miles down the street, and Lorraine picked up on that, not knowing anyone in that neighborhood at all, and said that this lady has some kind of attachment to this home, like obsessed with the home or something like that.
Wow.
Obsessed might be the wrong word, but yeah, she did not live in that home, a couple miles down from them.
And so if anybody's seen the Conjuring movie, she was the one that was kind of making everything go, like making all the evil happen and the demonic stuff go on. Kind of, was she like the source, I guess?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's 900 pages and I'm like at 368.
The book is 900 pages?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And she has 3 of them and I'm buying them all.
Well, I'd love to read the book that you're reading now because it really sounds interesting. So
I just like to read. I really do enjoy it.
I love to read. Um,
I bought this.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I don't know how. I'm over here. Oh, gotta go next to the camera, right? It's one of those Walmart.
Oh, the Walmart ebooks. Oh, yeah.
So then I don't have to, use my debit, go negative for a $5
Yeah,
book.
that's a good idea. I didn't even know they made those.
I found it there, yeah.
Hey, Walmart.
Hey.
Hey, Walmart ebooks. So that story, I wonder if that story was before the Amityville horror story. Wasn't Amityville kind of later in
Was
the
it late in the
70s?
70s?
I think it might have been. I don't know.
I have the book, Amityville book right here.
Oh, you
Let's
do?
look. Of course.
Yeah, let's look. Because Amityville, isn't that like on Long Island
Yep.
in New
And
York?
it's, if you've never read the book and you've seen the films, you have to read the book because you're going to be like, it is so much scarier in here than it is on the movie.
Yeah, I read the book a long time ago in high school, but if you've seen The Exorcist and you haven't read the book, I think you read the book. It's much more, it's more sinister and creepy.
I have to read it then.
Than the movie, and the movie is crazy, but yeah, the book will really, yeah.
It's hard to measure that up with the.
Oh, I see a date, December 18th, 1975. So that is pre-Conjuring, yeah.
I'll have to double check that. I thought they moved out in 1980 on the Conjuring house, but I could be wrong.
Wow. So so the Warrens did both cases. Did the Ghost Adventures talk more about the Warrens last night on the show?
I've got like 30 minutes left of the show, and no, not really. They didn't. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying they have. I have 30 minutes left to watch on it, but no, they didn't really touch too much on the Warrens in that episode. But they really respect the Warrens and idolize them.
Right. That's cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. We'll see. Let's see who's in the house. We have Giselle, Rose, Tracy.
Sorry, I'm looking over here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Rachel, can you see the comments?
Over on my laptop, I can. Where I'm recording this for my one Patreon, remember? So I can see the comments here, but I can't see them on my phone.
Oh, you can't, but okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And I noticed the comments on YouTube come in quicker than they do on the StreamYards. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so if I don't see your comment right away, that's why. There's Julia.
Hi, Julia.
Thanks for joining us as Conscious Truths in the village on Friday. She's in the village.
Brooke and I talk, or excuse me, Diary of a Mystic. I don't know if you tell them your name.
No, they all know my name.
Okay. Brooke and I.
They even know how to spell it. Yeah.
We text quite frequently, so like conversation is not hard for us. It just flows.
When did our friendship start? Like over the summer?
It was before I moved from my other house, so
yeah, it was like maybe before the summer. But yeah, we talk and we text every day.
And you're such a good friend, and to all her subscribers, she is an amazing person.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, you're an amazing person and a really good friend. And it's really hard to find online people that you can trust. And I really feel like I trust you because, yeah, I mean, that's kind of sad to say, but sometimes people, well, I guess like with online, you can pretend to be whoever you want to be, but Rachel's the real deal. She's very authentic.
I kind of filter myself a little bit of who I am. Like if people saw sometimes the real B of me, maybe like, whoa.
Girl, I know.
Okay.
I have it in me. Yeah.
I try to stay professional here, but try to stay as true to myself as I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's authenticity shines through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if you don't subscribe to Rachel's channel, head on over. I put it in the description box. So check her out. She's really cool. So let's get into if anybody has questions, but I wanted to ask Rachel a couple of questions about your experience doing the EVPs that you've captured over the years. When did that start for you, if anybody doesn't know? Like, when did you become interested, or like, how did that come about for you?
At the Belleville Winery
Right?
in Liberty, Missouri. I hear an echo. I hope they don't. It started in was it February or March 2013 for Pat and I.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we did an investigation there, and then we went back July 4th, 2013, did another one, and then shortly after that, like November, they asked us to join. So.
Oh, wow. So that's a long time then that you've been.
Yeah.
So you and your husband started doing paranormal investigations together?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
With
And
the group.
when did you learn how to do the EVPs, or did you just was it self-taught?
Self-taught.
Self-taught, yeah. That's the best way to go, don't you think? To just kind of explore it. Yeah.
First time we did the investigation and we were leaving that night, I'm like, we didn't get anything. Like, what the heck? And we get home and I reviewed all those EVPs and I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to go back.
What did it sound like to you the first time you heard them? Like, what do you remember what they were saying?
The first one I'll never forget, and it was a Class A. And Pat and I were talking upstairs in the orphanage, and I said something about going somewhere, doing something, and you hear a male say, "Why do?" And then it's a cuss word, SH, and then XT, why do? I don't know. I'm like, did him listen? And then there's tons more that always follow after that. But that was my first EVP that I ever caught.
Oh my gosh. And so do you feel that these voices that come through, can you sometimes sense if they're like evil or just spirits wanting to communicate, or can you like kind of tell the difference?
The only way that I can is if there's growls involved, or whistling is something that piques me to red alert. Other than that, if it's a male with like a grunting voice, it could be just somebody that's how they spoke. So I try not to automatically assume that's something evil.
Right. So what's the whistling? Does Spirit do the whistling a lot?
Yeah, like, I heard it's trickery whistling. Like they're whistling. I've heard that it could be demonic. It doesn't mean that it is, but it's usually like the same whistle. Yeah, usually something like that. So it's always kind of unnerving when I hear them.
Now, if you're out doing a paranormal investigation, do you ever review what you find and then remember that you saw something at the same moment? Or do you ever think about, well, that was kind of something was going on while that EVP was being captured? Do you ever have moments like that?
The only time was the one I put up most recently about Chris Watts' demons, the red-eyed demon. When we were there, I did catch an EVP of a little girl that said, "Mommy." Then I also saw, we were in front of the school, and then we were walking towards the playground. I'm like, I see red eyes. I want to go back through my recorders because I still have it of me saying that. It was like I could physically see these red eyes, but they were so quick and they were like up in the sky, wherever. And I had told Nicole that was with me, I'm like, I see red eyes. I'm like, maybe I'm just tripping out or whatever. But I didn't see that picture until like, I can't even tell you, 3 weeks maybe later. Nicole came over looking at all the pictures and she found it. But
gosh. Yeah. So that picture that you did, or the video that you did of the park, is that the one with the red eyes in the picture?
Correct. And
Right.
the school next to it's the one that I went to last winter. Pat and I went inside. Remember that? Or I don't know if you saw it. It was alive. It was supposed to be
Mhm.
alive and it got messed up. But that's the same school, and the playground was across the street from it. So
Wow. And so how far away is that from where you guys live? Is that like in your area?
20, 25 minutes at the most.
Do you think your part of the country has a lot of paranormal activity? Like, do you feel that where you live?
Yeah, I think that we have a lot of native. I think a lot of native burial grounds that people
Mhm.
don't know about. And yeah, a lot of native stuff here. And it hurts me for them, for the treatment they went through for
Mhm.
America to take over their land. It was just,
Right.
and no wonder they're mad.
Right.
But they're not all bad. I don't mean to say it like that. I feel bad for them because they were pushed out of certain areas. And I know we had a lot of, we had a Shawnee something tribe. So I'm sorry if someone is Native American and they know the tribe I'm talking about and I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know, a lot of tribes around here. So I feel like that brings on a lot of whole different spiritual aspect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would think so. I would think that considering that the people did a lot of tribal ritual stuff and they were very spiritual themselves.
Very.
Yeah. So the genocide of the Native Americans, basically, that's kind of like what it was. I'm sure there was a lot of anger that's, being robbed of their land and everything else that they had to protect. So that's fascinating. So the area that you live in, what was the spot that you once told me about? It was like a winery, or
Mhm.
is and what is it now? Or it was a place where.
It was Oddfellows Home,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
secret society, Freemasons.
Freemasons. Okay.
Yeah, Oddfellows is. I don't know if I need to mute this. Sorry,
I know, I'm
just
all
coughed.
stuffed up.
Um, Freemasons, I think Oddfellows is just a branch off of them, and that's how I ended up finding out all about that. That rabbit hole, secret societies. But
Right.
they held German soldiers there as prisoners. They had a hospital, an old folks home, a morgue was there, but your hospice area, which they called something different at the time, and
Mhm.
then administration building, and then on top of the administration building was your not I want to say adoption, that's the wrong word, your help me think of it, kids from war that lost their parents, orphans, there we go,
Right.
that's
Right.
where they lived, on the top. And then
Right.
no, the middle, and then the top was part school and part where some of the kids lived. I can't remember what the middle level is. It's been redone. The big building there, it's a bed and
Uh-huh.
breakfast now. But the three other buildings, I can't
Oh.
believe people sleep there. I wouldn't.
So it's been many different things over the years.
Right. It was the only hospital in Missouri or in Liberty, up north from Kansas City for quite a long time. And it was the only school in Liberty for quite a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff there.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure you've heard about this place in Kentucky, the Waverly.
Yeah.
I was watching stuff about that last night. That place looks creepy as hell. Just like, could you imagine driving up to that?
I can't wait to.
Are you gonna go? Have you
I would
been?
love to.
Yeah.
No, I've never been. I
Wait,
want to.
Waverly Sanitarium, it's ginormous and it
So
looks just,
scary.
and it's like kind of up on a hilltop and it's
Intimidating.
just, yeah, and it's just looming over the town. It's just like, wow. And
You
that's
have one
where,
by you.
oh yeah,
Trans.
Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
That one, I don't know. That's
That's in West
scarier to me.
Virginia. Yeah, that was
Have you
in West.
been?
No, I've never been there. My aunt has driven by it. She says it's beautiful. But I've
I
never been
gotta.
there. But what was the original name of that place? Because it had an original name. I think it was named something before that. But anyway, if a person was termed insane back in the day, you could have like masturbation problems.
I swear you and I are on the same wavelength. I'm like, you
They
can
would throw
overly
you in there for
masturbate.
that. if you had mood swings from PMS, they would throw you in
Right.
there. Crazy stuff.
Ridiculous reasons. I have a list of it because they were absolutely crazy reasons of why to be put in an insane asylum. But males were able to do this to females. And I don't really think females were able to do it to males quite like males could do to females.
Right. Yeah. And there was just all these there's like a huge list of all these crazy reasons to put somebody in there. And I'm like, oh my God, I could at least name 20 for myself, you know?
Me too, right? That's what was
Right.
scary. I'm like, well, I'd be in there.
I would have been in there. But the Waverly Sanitarium was for patients who had TB in the early 1900s. So
same for Oddfellows. They
right.
TB took it over as well.
So tuberculosis killed how many people? Like millions of people?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, and yes.
Yes, because my great grandmother, my grandma's mom died from it in West Virginia. So I mean, it like hit all over the country. And so Waverly was built, and it had, if you've ever seen Waverly, if anybody knows where we're talking about, it
You
had.
could share it and show people.
Oh, we can. Can I do that, or can you do that?
No, you do that. Yeah, because I'm on my phone.
Let me find a picture. Okay, I'm going to share a picture for the first time. Oh my God. Let me Google. So anyway, Waverly was built to have an open air, like kind of veranda, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so they could sit the people out to get fresh air.
So because they didn't really know anything about how to treat it. They didn't have an antibiotic.
Right.
They didn't have anything like that. So they would have all these beds of patients kind of sitting out on a veranda and the windows open to have fresh air come in. And they would all be lined up. So let me try to put a picture up. What do I do? Share screen?
But make sure you're in the Google Chrome, and as long as you're on the Google Chrome and then yeah, you're good to go. Something I want to say about that was also, since they had no idea what to do with tuberculosis, and they said the fresh air was the best for you, so they'd sit them out. But they would do cruel, not and maybe not all doctors, but in Arkansas, they did like cruel things to like the lungs and stuff to try to get it out. And oh my gosh, and anesthesia wasn't what it is today, you know?
Yeah. That's just crazy to think. So Waverly, here's a picture. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I can see it perfect.
That's how the patients would all be lined up in their beds, and facing in front of them are these huge, ginormous windows. So they all were stricken with this contagious disease, right?
Right.
And this is how the doctor's way of treating them. So, of course, we have penicillin now, so we won't be stricken with TB, but can you imagine? No. And then here's another picture. If you guys can see this. Can you guys see this old-timey picture?
Which one? Circle it.
Oh, can I circle it?
Well, or just like go around it with your mouse. Because sometimes if you click on another one, you got to make sure you go back into that box on that Chrome. And
okay.
Let me try to stop this screen and share the other screen. Does that make sense?
Stop the screen. Oh,
here. I know, it's confusing.
I'm trying to learn how to do this. All right, here's one.
Can you click it? You have to go out.
Oh, I see. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. So, can you guys see that?
Do you have it enlarged, or you want to see it just how it is? Just like this on the screen that we're seeing.
Can I enlarge it?
you just have to go back into where you got it from and click on just that.
Okay, how's that?
Like, go and like click to your Google Chrome or Google, wherever you searched it,
Right.
and then you can click on the picture to make it bigger.
Oh, can
There.
you,
Well, I mean, that's,
is that kind of better?
yeah, we'll have to play it with it and I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, there
Yeah.
it is.
So this is the Waverly Hills, but the story behind, I don't know if you know this, Rachel, is that it's Waverly came from the man who built a school because his daughter wanted to teach
Okay.
and she wanted to be a teacher. So he built a little one-room school, and her favorite author was Waverly. And then that's how Waverly got its name. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. So then eventually, this state-of-the-art hospital was built. And at the time, it was considered state-of-the-art, you know?
Uh-huh. Right.
But now it's like famous for being super duper haunted.
Right.
Right.
I
So,
want to still go to Virginia's. That's my, I'd prefer to go. I mean, not that I don't want to go here. I do, but
to West
Trans
Virginia.
Allegheny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scarier to
Yeah.
me.
So I just thought I was watching stuff about it last night. I just was kind of captivated because the first time I ever saw it was Ghost Hunters. Went there like years and years and years
Right.
ago, and I had never heard about it, you know. So I just think they still give tours and stuff, but yeah.
I don't want to tour. That's the thing, is like, I sign up for these things. Somebody wanted me to pay $100 to go to this Victorian place and investigate, and it's $110. And it's not that the money is a big deal. I'm like, well, hold on. How many other people are we investigating with? 15. 15? How am I supposed to collect evidence whenever there's 15 other people there? I'm like, well, let me know when I can have a private investigation and pay for it, and then I will. They don't
That's a
do them
lot
yet.
of people.
Thank you.
Do you prefer to do investigations just kind of with you and your husband, or with only a few other people? Or,
Right. So it's
yeah,
a controlled environment.
it's more
than
controlled. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Well,
my own preference.
Karen said there's an old TB hospital in County Mayo in Ireland. Oh, wow. So yeah, she wouldn't go there.
I see that.
Gave me
Karen, I know I'm a weirdo. I would.
I would too. I don't know. I mean, at least once I would just, not by myself though. I'd have to have Rachel or somebody cool like that. Like, I don't think I could go in there.
I should come up to Virginia, and we should go to
That would,
Trans Allegheny. Yes.
yeah. Well, let's see. Let me Google that again. Let me Google Trans Allegheny and pull that up for anybody who's not aware, especially people that, have never heard of these places,
Right.
or don't live in this country. But
That's true.
Rachel's talking about Trans Allegheny. Let me see if I can. But it used to be called something else.
Did it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let me see. It was called.
There's another one in New York that I want to go to. I'm going to look up the name of it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. And at like ABC News or CBS News did a documentary there back like in the 80s to show how malnourished the kids were, and how overpopulated it was with like no staff, and the conditions that these kids lived in. That's the one I'd also like to go to.
Oh my gosh, what's that place called? I wonder.
I'm looking up. Asylum.
All right, well, I have the door open, so I'm going to shut my door because I'm freezing.
Okay.
I'm freezing. Hold on. Take
No
5.
prob. No prob. Let's see. Insane Asylum in New York. That's not the right one. I'll I'll have to Google more later, but anyways, hope your guys' Friday's going good.
Yay, Friday!
I know it snowed here, and trick-or-treaters had to walk through snow. Not a lot, but still.
The weather was crazy. You got snow.
Mm-hmm.
We had crazy thunderstorms and winds and tornado watch.
And didn't your something happen to your Halloween or no?
They canceled trick-or-treating until Saturday.
Over the weather, right?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
freaking crazy. I've
Mhm.
never heard of that. And I don't ever remember it snowing on Halloween. This is a first for me. Maybe it has and I forgot.
And you guys got snow. How crazy is that? Yeah, the weather was really nutty-ca-nutty. So what can you do, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm still looking for the name of it. I'll end up finding it. I have to tell you later. But
Okay,
there is one.
So let me pull up Trans Allegheny. It used to be called Weston State Hospital.
Oh, okay.
That's the original name. And then let me see do I have to do share screen each time I go in?
Yep.
Oh, I do. So
But just make sure you have it on what you want.
okay, so it's beautiful.
Oh,
It's
it is.
much prettier than Waverly. Waverly's
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. Let me get a better picture. Let me try to zoom in. Can you guys see that?
It's very an ominous look to it for me. Like, almost takes my breath away. You can just imagine.
You guys can see it. It's gorgeous. And in person, apparently my aunt, it's near where my aunt grew up in West Virginia, and she drove by it. She's been by it many times, but she says it's just beautiful, and she's so pissed off that they changed the name.
Is she? Well, some
Yeah.
people hate change. I'm one of them.
She
I
because they
understand.
changed the name. But yeah, that's what it looks like, and it's huge. So
Next time she goes by and she takes a picture and she shows you, send it to me. I want to see it.
oh, I know, right? I know.
Right.
So, anyway, that's what it looks like, and it's gorgeous. But I don't know. Did Ghost Adventures ever go there? Do you know, Rachel?
Yes, they have. Uh-huh.
They've been there.
And Portals to Hell, Jack, help me out, Jack Osborne and Katrina Weirman or something.
Oh yeah, Katrina, yeah.
They have an episode of it too, and they give great detail of what happened to one of. There was a kid that was nonverbal that was there. I say kid because he acted as he was a kid, but he was an adult, and he was put in with two very unstable men. And the only reason he was put in there is because he'd have these violent outbursts, and these guys would torture this poor man. And like I said, he was childlike, but they would put a noose around him, and they would hang him up and like choke him and then like drop him and then pull him back up and choke him and drop him.
Ew.
Over and over. And eventually they did it enough. And then one time after they got done with that, they laid him on the ground and they took the bedpost, which you can imagine what a bedpost was like back in the 50s or 60s. It's metal, and beat the side of his skull in.
Oh, how horrible.
And so that's how he died there.
Ew.
Isn't that horrible?
That's terrible.
So, I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff that went on there, not just because of staff or anything, just by your other people that you had in there with you,
So I don't know if you guys can see this. It says 50,000 people died at Weston State Hospital, now known as Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, between 1864 and 1994.
That's a lot of death.
50,000 people.
Mm-hmm. That's
oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Wineries 10,000, if that gives it any perspective of how big that place is.
Wow.
Huge.
Well, have you ever been out on the East Coast?
I flew to North Carolina when I went to my honeymoon to Mexico. Went to the airport.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Rose,
awesome.
I've been to Mexico a couple of times, but I think Rose is from North Carolina. I'm not sure. I
I
was in
just flew through.
Yeah, I was in North Carolina once at the Greyhound bus station.
Gotcha. Well, okay, is that a story for another time, or is that something you want to talk
In
about
Charlotte,
publicly?
well, no, I was on a Greyhound bus, and it's at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they pulled in at Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was scared to death. I was like, "What the hell?" It was creepy, but yeah, don't be on a
Funny.
Greyhound bus at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. So anyway,
An experience you'll never forget.
my God. So yeah, so I would love to go see these places.
Me too.
I'm sure there's other people watching that maybe would too. I don't know.
Eh,
We're like that, right?
right.
It's fascinating to think that in one spot so many people died. Not to sound, you know,
It is what it
depressing,
is. I'm morbid. I like morbid. I'm sorry, and if it offends people, I'm sorry, but I do. There's something about the paranormal and the psychology behind all that stuff that I really like. But I do. I like the morbid stuff. I'm
What do you think
sorry.
that it is? Do you think that it's like the mystery of it, or like what is it for you? Something like a spiritual search, or
No, I don't know if it's necessarily a spiritual surge. It's more about wanting to be able to bring people proof to say, hey, to all the skeptics, this stuff is real.
this
It
is
is
real?
real. Yeah, just
Mhm.
wanted to try to prove it, but I also enjoy experiencing it myself. So,
Right, because it's fascinating, isn't it? It's like,
yes,
and
it's
it,
not
yeah, I mean, I don't think that you'll ever run out of things to research about it either. You know what I mean?
never.
Yeah. Oh, Light and
Mm-mm.
Love's from North Carolina. Well, that's
Hi,
cool.
Line Love.
Light and Love Warrior.
Warrior.
I'm seeing new names in here today. That's cool.
That is awesome.
You're bringing in new faces.
I can only read it over here. So sorry. Oh, it's really, I believe it. Yeah, Karen, thank you. I'm glad you do. Um, I
Yeah.
just don't understand how people still debate it. I mean, I think that a lot of professionals, credible people, have shown proof. So what's there still to debate about it, really?
Well, I really think people just don't want to believe it, maybe, or they need scientific proof. It's like they need something in front of them that says this is real to me without prejudging it. You know what I mean?
But like
Um,
Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or any of those shows, I mean, excuse me, you use a K2 meter, you use a millimeter. Those temperatures do not change just because. There's a reason, there's an energy that is there that is changing that. I mean, I have mine over here. I thought I did. I mean, like this will pick up cell phones. This will pick up any like Wi-Fi stuff.
so that's a K2 meter.
Right. But so
Yeah.
you would have to have your phone on airplane mode and all electricity needs to be off. When I went through the winery, we never had electricity in there. But see, right
Oh,
now it's showing, but I have a
oh,
laptop
okay.
going, computer going, phone going. So,
Right. So it picks up electromagnetic
mhm.
frequencies.
And that's why people debate that cell phones aren't necessarily good for us because of the microwaves. Like I'm touching it with my cell phone and it goes beyond what is healthy for a human body to be exposed to all the time.
Right.
That's for another show, but that's what they say, you
Right.
know?
Well, they say the same thing about your Wi-Fi modem too, because
You're exactly right.
it puts out a lot of bad whatever it's called. But yeah,
EMF. It's like
EMF.
yeah,
Hmm.
EMF, electromagnetic frequency. I couldn't get the word out.
Right. Right. So I guess that's kind of the same with electromagnetic fields. Like if there's places with like really, if you live near like an electric power grid, you know, those big, it's not healthy for you. Or if you live under the power lines that are kind of like, they look like clothes hangers, you know, the big ones. aren't healthy for you either, but I don't know. Do you think places like that pick up or attract paranormal activity?
They'd have to.
You think so? Yeah.
If not, I mean, maybe they feed there. I don't know. Like, I would assume if you went there and tried to do a session, that's a good idea. Diary, go over by like a little and see what you can get over there. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's where they could get their gasoline, I guess, if you would say, their fuel.
Or they kind of get their recharge.
That's why they say that about tornadoes and storms and stuff, that a lot you'll see UFOs and things of that nature, or more spirit activity, because it's the energy is amped up, and that's where they fuel from.
Near things like that.
Like after a tornado, a lot of people will catch UFOs and stuff. It's because of after all that tornado is done, they have all that energy still around, and supposedly it's just a theory. It's not been proven, but it's a thought.
Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely.
I think so too. I don't know.
I can see that. Karen makes a good point here. We're all made of energy. The earth is a living being. Yeah, it's true. And we're all here since the beginning of time. So we're all, as living beings, we're all energy, right?
Absolutely.
And I think, so the energy is, through paranormal activity or hauntings and stuff. Don't you think that the energy could be still there, or is residual, or the impact, or that, how when someone's angry and the energy that comes out in the room feels different, right? After a fight or whatnot.
You can walk in at Thanksgiving, the couple's been fighting, and you can just feel that those two were just fighting.
Oh yeah, like
yes.
You can tell when somebody's tense or there's tension in the room. It's kind of like putting out the same energy. So don't you think, my theory was always like, well, the manner of a person's death, there has to be this energy that comes out of the way that they died. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, especially traumatic.
Yeah, which would still be there.
That they don't understand they've died possibly yet.
Like sudden death, traumatic death.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of like that energy is kind of still going to be wherever it took place. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but that's how I always felt about it. So
yeah, that's exactly how I think of it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you guys know that Brooke and I both like jalapenos, like on everything? Completely off the subject.
Rachel we were trying to come up with our top 10 favorite things that we both like, and we both love jalapenos. I'm like, girl, I used to drink the juice from the jalapeno jars.
I had some last night. Oh my gosh, I love jalapenos.
I love jalapenos. What was the other thing? Oh, both of our significant others love Trump. That's one.
Both. And that's an ongoing battle, because sometimes today I could like him, tomorrow I do not. So, I mean,
yeah. And
I think they're all crooks. But.
Oh, I know. And then we both have kids the same age. And then what was the other thing? I know there's other things.
There's tons of other things.
They're wearing glasses.
Mine are readers. I need glasses.
Mine are readers.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Mine aren't real. They're not like prescription. They're just from the Dollar Tree, so I can read the comments.
The polka dot ones were from the Dollar Tree?
Yeah, these were $1.
Are those the polka dot ones? I'm going.
These are the
I'm going to look.
These are pink leopard print.
I like those purple and white polka dot ones. I want to get some of those guys.
Oh yeah, I have those. I'll change them out. Sorry if I'm coughing because I'm still getting up my crew.
That's okay.
Yeah, here are these purple polka dot ones.
Those are my faves.
You like these?
Yeah. I have 2 pairs. I have these guys.
Glasses.
These I can, if my eyes are real bad, I can see a little bit better with them. I'm like,
yeah, I like those. Yeah, they look good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to have them to read anything.
I know. The minute I hit my 40s, all of a sudden I'm like, why is everything so small? And now I have to wear these.
When
So
I first put them on and Pat had been embarrassed, we were like at Office Max, and I'm like, oh, is this what people see? Like, this is normal seeing? It was weird. I'm like, whoa, I can see again. I got so used to just reading the way we had to before readers.
yeah, I know. I'm like, boy, that print's small. Why is it shrinking?
Right.
I know, right? There's pros and cons of like becoming 40 and being in your 40s. There's pros and cons. This is kind of a con, but I
It
don't
is. It is. But I
know.
don't mind being 40. I really haven't, and I have girlfriends that mind aging, and I don't mind it. I haven't
Yeah,
yet. Maybe it'll get there, but I'm just not there yet.
I know what you mean. It's like you have a choice. It's you become bitter or you become better. I mean, it's just like you can't
Right.
live your best life, just gotta live your best life. And honestly, I love being in my 40s. I'm more confident, I'm more comfortable
Touche.
in my own skin. I'm just like, whatever.
I
So
know.
isn't
Life's so much easier when we live like that.
it's more freeing. I just feel more free to be me.
You know what we should have done, and I didn't even think about it till now? Show people that house that was for sale. And oh my God, I get chills talking about it.
Oh my God, when I was sick all last month, which I kind of was, I kept thinking all I want to do is drive by that house and videotape it for Rachel and send it to her so you could see the full
I want to.
gamut of it's only like 2 blocks of this little small town in West Virginia. It's called a junction. It's not even a town, and how freaking creepy it is there. But let me try to pull it up, Rachel. I don't even
Okay,
know.
the $1 million one, or I don't even know if it's million. It wasn't. It
Mm-mm.
should be million, but
Mm.
I was talking about the nice white one, the big white
Yeah,
one, not the Freddy Krueger one.
the creepy one. The creepy
Are you
one.
talking about? I was talking about the pretty one that had the wood paneling still,
Oh,
2 kitchens.
oh yeah, that
Okay.
one. No. But I don't know the address. Do you remember the address?
Shoot, no.
I don't. Let me try to find it. Let's keep try to find it.
Okay.
No, yeah, that one, the beautiful one. It's probably still for sale. But I want
Oh
to.
my gosh.
If anybody who's watching picks up on the energy, Rachel, you did right away from what I sent you. So, and it's a beautiful house, but there's something that's like there's something in that house, I swear to God. But let me try to
Especially it's on the historic thing, the whatever, a website, a historic whatever for the junction that it's in, because it
uh-huh.
goes back so far. So it'll
Yes,
always be there.
yeah, it's on the historical, what do they call it?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna be better than me.
Um, let me try to find it. But that's all I wanted to do was drive down there and take a video for you last month.
It was what, like $250,000 for this mansion? Tell me there's a reason that it's $250,000,
And it's
she said.
old. It was
Or maybe
built.
it was 300, but still, that's still cheap.
Yeah. And I just found it.
Mm. God, I
Okay,
love it.
I just found it. It's 5 bedroom, 3 bath on 1 acre for $299.
See, guys, there's a reason this house is only $300,000.
That's kind of cheap actually for such a beautiful home. But anyway, let me try to I want to show you guys. But hold on. I'm gonna find it.
I mean, it's some of it's not even updated, but you know what? It is still too cheap for it not to be updated.
I agree.
It's the
There it
white
is.
one.
There it is.
Doesn't it
Do you
look
see
like the
that?
Amityville house kind of, guys? I know but it does. Just like, I don't know, it reminds me of that. High hopes.
This home is it's in Shenandoah Junction, West Virginia, which is like 25 minutes from where I live. And I don't know if you guys can see that. And it looks like a normal house, right?
Yeah. You think?
It's not. It's not. If you guys would see it in person and drive by it,
You can feel it.
you can feel this energy coming off this house. And every time my daughter and I will be out, in a neighboring town, I'm like, you want to go through the spooky little village, because it is spooky through there. And she and I start flipping out every time we drive through because there's this weird energy there. There's a creepy old schoolhouse that's there.
Is it abandoned, or is it something people can go in and see?
I think it's abandoned, but they use it well, it's not a school anymore, obviously, but
Right.
it's like an old fashioned brick one with the bell on top.
Take a picture of it for me.
Yeah.
Or for everyone.
Kimmy D says it has the Amityville vibe. That's
it does.
It is. Mm-hmm. It does, yeah. So I'm gonna go through and show you guys pictures.
It's spooky. It gets spooky. I think it does in certain areas.
And Rachel blew up some of the pictures when I was sending them to her. Or no,
I wish I still had those. Yeah, and I saw that person standing behind the door.
When you found, we found, well, I don't know who found it, but anyway, here's the front porch of the house. Can you guys see that? Mm-hmm. But Rachel went through the pictures of the house and you blew them up, and you saw weird things in there.
It was, I remember something behind the door, and when we go through them, I'll see it. I'll show the door.
Okay, so that's the front. No, that's the side. Or is that the front?
That's the front, I believe.
That's the front. Okay, yeah. That's the front. This is the entryway.
Definitely Amityville.
See the staircase?
It's the same setup as the Amityville. That's why it reminds me of it. Yeah.
See the stair? Yeah. And the old lantern ceiling light, and that's the dining room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This is the parlor. Remember when homes had parlors?
Come into my parlor.
I know.
Smoke a joint.
Let's smoke a joint. Have some tea. Well, now you can just put the joint in the tea. So,
true.
Right. So the parlor is beautiful.
It was my favorite in there. Yeah, when we were looking at them.
And then I don't know where that's coming from.
Maybe that door there goes into the parlor. Did it or no?
Like a French door. It looks like French door, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bedroom.
I wonder if that was the master. We couldn't ever figure out, or did we figure out?
I don't think they really tell us like anything. There's a bathroom. Here's
again. Let me remind you guys. This is $300,000. That's it.
Right. And I can't remember what year it was built, but it was old.
1700s, I think.
There's the kitchen.
There's two kitchens.
Yeah, the kitchen looks updated too, doesn't it? Like, kind of. I mean,
the other one doesn't.
Right. Well, that stove looks old. It looks kind of dated. Not like when the house was built, but
right.
Here's that must be like the little breakfast nook.
Yeah.
The kitchen. There's more of the kitchen. The kitchen looks yellow. It looks like it's from
look at those 80s or 90s chairs.
It looks kind of 70s to me. Yeah.
Maybe it's 70s chairs. I don't know. They're definitely retro. I would use them because I like backs on chairs.
It looks like a comfy chair. So this one must have been Christmas time. I don't know how long ago these pictures were taken.
Yeah, I don't either.
And remember, you said look at the picture above. Didn't you tell me that?
It's in the attic.
Oh,
picture.
Okay. All right. There's like a sun room, or that might be like a back porch or something. Side porch.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I'm moving. Sorry, guys. You're gonna.
So that's walking into the house.
Yeah.
Here's another bathroom. That looks like a half bath.
And it's old, but so what? It's still beautiful.
That's a big bedroom.
Okay, I know who I argued with, Pat. He says that's the master because that's like if you watch I Love Lucy, how Ricky, Ricardo, and Lucy had separate beds. That's how they did it back then.
Yeah, they did sleep separate in separate beds. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he argued with me that that's the master. I'm like, okay, maybe he's right.
Right. I could see that. Yeah. So here's another bedroom. Now,
okay, here we go.
Look at those old stairs going up to the attic. So the staircase is wrapping around, right, to the like go up to the second floor, and then there's the attic door. But those steps are really old.
Everything looks great until you hit the attic.
I know. Then it's like, then the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. So here's this is the attic,
and right? It's that door that's right in front of us, and that where you see the green room. That it looks like somebody's behind the door.
Here it is. This is the room, right?
Right. That's the picture might be the next picture. I don't know. We'll see.
But remember, you said, what are these things on the floor?
Yeah, guys.
They look like flies.
They do. They look like flies that are dead.
It's hard for you guys to see that. I don't know.
You should put the link of this house in the description so people can go look at it.
Oh yeah, I will.
There's the other kitchen. Look, it was so outdated.
Oh yeah. So I just did something.
It's okay.
Go back or go down.
No, you're doing good. Oh. Right there. Now that picture over there, that guy, I want to know who he is on that picture.
Look at the old sewing machine with where you have to use the pedal. See that, guys? To the left, that's an old sewing machine. And then Rachel.
There's tons of flies up there on the ground, and they have a broom, so obviously they've been trying to clean them.
Right. And yeah, and then that old picture of that man, who I'm wondering if maybe he must have been the homeowner. Like
yeah, might have been somebody important in the town or around your guys' area.
Right, or like the homeowner of the house when it was built. And then this is
just a creepy vibe to that. It's the wood paneling. It holds so much residual energy is the problem.
I hate wood paneling like that. That creeps me out. I don't like
it holds it.
I don't know where that's going to. Is that going down to like the basement? Or
I think Pat said that it would have been like if they had maids, or back in the old days, if they would have had slaves, that would have been the way they entered.
Oh, okay.
I don't know up north if you guys, I don't really know much about history and slavery up north. I don't. So I don't know if that was.
Well, we have places here that would have slave quarters or.
Okay, so then yeah, that would have been the way they entered.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably lived up in the attic. There's the old kitchen.
Right.
I think that looks like the kitchen that this lady probably, or whoever, it looks like it's the most used. It was the most used area. I don't know.
I wonder if it has two kitchens.
It does. It has two. I looked on that thing. Tell him about this, Diary.
Oh my God. So this is the basement. Okay. Now, it looks like a concrete floor, so it's not a dirt floor. And let me tell you something about the basement. Like, I grew up in a house in Shepherdstown, which was built in 1806.
Mm-hmm.
And when my dad sold the house in 1985, they found horsehair. They would use horsehair in the walls for plaster to hold things together. So I'm wondering, this looks like the original basement wall in the.
Is that like limestone?
And yeah, I'm thinking that must be limestone, but then there's a hole right there, so it looks like it's going over into another part of the basement.
Like they covered it where people couldn't possibly get through, and it looks like somebody tried to chisel, and you can see the other side. You'd have to enlarge them to look at them.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you said that the realtor did really good on the lighting, because if you just glance it's like, oh, it's just a basement that looks okay. But if you really think about the lighting in there, that's probably spooky down there.
They had to, yeah, they kind of had to Photoshop that a little bit just to
Yeah.
make it brighter. So there's a garage. That's the back of the house.
Back of house doesn't do it justice at all.
No. And then that's the back and the side of the house. So the
We
street
saw something in a window too.
Oh, that's
Didn't
right.
we?
Yeah, we did.
I
So it
thought.
looks like this was taken over Christmas or in the wintertime because the trees have no leaves. But see, this street right here is where I would drive past. So, and then it's on an acre of land. So it's got,
That's beautiful.
but that's the creepy house.
I love stuff like that.
I know. And so I sent Rachel these pictures one day. Let me find out what year it was built.
I was like, Pat, if we lived there, we could buy this.
1892. It was built
5 bedrooms, 3 baths, an acre lot, almost 4,000 square feet for $300,000. Let's add that up of why that probably is. Haunted.
right. 1892. That was a long time ago.
Okay, 1892.
1892, right? So yeah, there's you. That house just has some weird vibe to it. I hope you guys didn't find that too boring, but it's a beautiful house. It's
do your thing on here. You're good. Everyone likes talking to you.
Yeah.
I know. I go into boring stuff.
Servants' quarters. That's probably a better way to say it than slave quarters.
Sorry.
Servants' quarters. Yeah. My aunt has an old slave. It's actually called a slave bed, and it's a bed that that they had for the person to sleep there, and she has the frame of it, and she uses it as like a little seating couch for her porch, but it's narrow. It's not wide at all. Like, it's really narrow. Like, it would be uncomfortable to sleep on,
Dang.
But she found it somewhere. Yeah.
If you had equipment, you could take your equipment and see if there's any energy on it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I hate basements too, Rose. Oh my God.
I can't see comments right now. I'm sorry.
I hate basements too. Yeah, it was creepy, Jazeel. I know. Don't like that basement.
I'm smoking, so I'm not letting you guys see me though.
That basement. Smoke away, girl. Yeah, that basement was it had a vibe to it. But when you mentioned limestone, we have a lot of limestone quarries around here, and I've read that limestone is a real kind of
conduit,
right?
Yeah. We have it here too.
Yeah, and why is that? Do you know why?
I don't have a reason I've heard before, but I can't remember why,
Yeah, so limestone buildings, limestone quarries. Because
like Alton, Illinois had limestone, and they took I think they took the wall. Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. They took something from, I think, a wall there in Alton and built a lot of places with the limestone from whenever all the slave underground railroad and stuff was going on. I don't know. I have to look more into it. I may be saying this wrong, but they had a lot of limestone there in Alton, Illinois.
Oh, wow. So it's a conduit of storing energy. Yeah. Is limestone, I know, well, we have really bad problems with the water, and the limestone makes the water hard here. So it'll cake up your teapots or your bathtub, or you know what I mean?
Same here.
It's the same thing. So how limestone kind of sticks to something like that and hardens and crystallizes, it's almost like it would hold something else, right?
I think so.
Like, or am I going out on a limb?
No, you're not.
Yeah, I don't
You're not
know.
at all. No, you're not. You're not going out on a limb.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. But so do you guys have limestone quarries there too, you said?
I don't know if we have quarries, but I know we have a lot of limestone. So I'm maybe assuming we have quarries.
Yeah. We have a lot of quarries here, like a shit ton.
Ella's on a live.
Hey, Ella.
They said hi.
Oh, I hope she had a good Halloween.
She did.
Good.
She handed out candy, but
Oh, that's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
what
good.
else? What else does everyone in the chat want to talk about?
How many are, oh, we have 11 today. That's a record.
What else should we talk about, ladies?
My chats never get that big, which I'm okay about.
Right. Small is great, if you ask me.
We've had Rachel on for an hour and 8 minutes. Look at that.
This is how much her and I seriously can talk about freaking anything and everything.
I know. We could go on for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rachel was kind enough to teach me how to use what I'm streaming with so she can come on because I had never heard of StreamYard and I didn't know what I was doing. And it's really going well, isn't it? It's going
Yes.
well. Yeah.
You like it too, I'm sure. Now that you
love it.
It's
Mhm.
another thing to be able to use for videos, and it's free.
And it's free. You can
That's right.
upgrade, I think, and do different things, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with the way it is, you know.
Me too.
So with true crime that you've covered, I know you and I are both kind of sick of the Watts case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, unless it's something to do with, you know, demons or paranormal stuff, but we're just kind of burnt out on that.
I just kind of want to leave it alone until we got something. I mean, the book, but
right.
All the talk about the book and stuff, it's just too much.
It is too much. Like I said, I think I told you this last night. This case will pick back up again after somebody else
did say this.
New book. I mean, it's like going to be. It has a way of doing that to you. But of the true crime cases, what are you most interested in right now that you're doing or creating or
I've been working on it for 6 months, believe it or not. I know, and it'll probably get 200 views, the video, but Robert Willie Pickton is one that I'm working on.
Okay.
He's a serial killer. He was in Canada. He killed 49. He killed more, I think, but 49 people. He wanted to make it to the number 50 to make it a 50. But now, since I've been doing it for 6 months, now there's more that's come out that's conspiracy related, guys. So.
And what's his name again? Robert, what is it?
Robert Willie Pickton.
Robert Willie.
Pig farmer.
Oh, pig farmer. And how long ago did this happen?
1978 until 2002.
Ew. Oh my God. And and this was in Canada?
Yeah, Vancouver.
Wow. And was it did he do all of that in Canada, just in Canada, in Vancouver area?
Yeah, he would have like wild parties and stuff there. I mean, I don't want to go down the conspiracy side of it yet because I don't have enough information on that. But,
right.
Yeah, there's talks of it kind of being the area before we ever knew who Jeffrey Epstein was and Epstein Island. This is supposedly the place before that. I don't know.
Ew.
That's just the talk right now.
That's crazy. So you're working on something about him right now.
Right. Now I have to add because of what I heard recently. And yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing that video. That'll be really interesting. Kimmy had a question. I just put her question up on the screen.
Have you had any more paranormal since last week? Nope. It's only, and it's usually when I'm talking to Diary. It's strange. Why is that, guys? It's her fault. So remember that. If I go missing, you need to call Diary.
It's my vibes. I don't know. That is weird. That
No,
is,
but I always call her in a panic or text her in a panic. What's going on?
but that day that you were in your bathroom and that came up
Oh,
your phone and the little girl in the window and your
it
lights
was a
going
lot.
on and off and yeah,
The kids show on TV, and it was just
yeah.
all freaky.
And you felt that it was like a child spirit or
No,
pretending to be a child.
right. I think
Yeah.
it's somebody pretending to be a child. Yes, most definitely do not think it is
Mhm.
a human.
And what did you do that day? Didn't you sage and do
Yes.
few things?
And then
And
I used dragon's blood
dragon's blood
incense.
and it's been better since then.
Yep.
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 Mhm.
And I did my daughter's bedroom too. She's here. She hears stuff like when we first moved in. And see, I hate discrediting her because then I look like a hypocrite. But I want to keep her calm. So I'm like, I try to rationalize it, even though I'm like, uh, she's hearing scratching on. Like we have a door for if we have storms that we can go in. Nothing's in there, but it's next to her bedroom, and she runs up. And this is like right after we moved in. She's like, there's scratching on that door, Mom. And I'm like, it's probably the cats. You know, I try to chalk it up, even though I think it could be something else. But there's definitely stuff here.
Yeah.
We just don't know what.
And do you feel that you have more stuff in your new place than you did in your old place?
Yes. And I thought it would be opposite. I thought.
And how far
Yes.
away are you from your old place?
7 miles, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
But behind me is Missouri Town. Like nobody could build behind my house because it's Missouri Town property, where I did that last investigation. So it's it's like park recreation property. So behind me is like tons of wooded areas, and Missouri Town's probably like 3 miles, 4 miles south of me. So it could be from that. And I have 3 churches that surround my house as well. Oh, the church bells are so pretty when they go off. I love listening to them. I know it's
Oh,
probably when we get older, we like that stuff, but
well, that's beautiful. That's always
it
nice
is
to hear.
beautiful. Yeah.
I love to hear church bells ringing in the
Me
distance.
too.
Um, Interesting. So you're having more experiences in your new place. Uh,
I've
that,
never not had experiences. It's like it
right,
follows me, you
right.
know? I hate it. Hi, Brooke.
I'm highlighting people's comments.
I know, isn't that fun? You figure it out. You're like, okay, this is how you do
It is
that. This is how you
fun.
do that.
Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to the Kelsey Barrett case too.
I don't
Yeah,
know much about it. You talk about it. I don't know much about it.
I'm really fascinated. Is Rose still in the room? Rose said she made it to Atlanta. I'm glad you made it to Atlanta, Rose. Rose is following that case. Um, yeah, when what you just said about you feel it follows you, uh, for years I felt the same way about places that I lived, but certain places didn't have activity at all. But I always felt that either I was attracted to places or places were attracted to me. or
Yes.
or I also think certain people are more sensitive to these things than others, you know?
Yeah,
So,
most definitely.
yeah. So, that's really interesting. Karen, I don't know what's going on with Karen. Um,
I wasn't reading. I'm sorry. I was trying to think. The Pope, the Queen, and they are very mean. Jim will fix it for sick money people that.
think money
You know. Oh, I know what she means.
by the short and curlies.
If you
Uh,
want to try to keep it monetized, I just wouldn't hit too much on that. But I know what she's talking
I know
about.
what she's referring to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Karen, we totally, or Kimmy, or is it Karen that said it, or is it me? I'm
Karen,
confused.
Karen.
Okay, Karen, I agree with you, and I know what you're saying, and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Hi, Rose. Yeah, Village Daddy and I were talking last night because they threw up Epstein up on the news again. And he's like, there's no way he committed suicide. And I'm like, I know there's not, you know? I mean,
And you saw that they said that he looked like he was murdered.
right. And
Okay.
Right, and they're still claiming that. And then Village Daddy is like, well, plus the camera stopped working that day. I mean, really? It's just whatever. But
I
yeah,
don't know if I think he's dead. I know some people do. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna say, if like Diary and I like were both really rich and we were into dark, demonic stuff, and she had dirt on me, I had dirt on her, and we liked these things together, and we were the two richest people in the world and could do whatever. Why wouldn't she get me out of jail, and vice versa? Why would not Prince, help his buddy? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I think he might be still alive.
yeah. There's a good possibility of that. And remember the picture that came out? You sent it to me
Yes.
of him on the gurney, and it didn't even look like him.
And didn't you notice the ear or something like that?
Yeah, there was weird
Yeah.
images in the side of his head. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. Did you do a video about did you do like any sessions about that case? I know you did.
No,
No.
not Jeffrey Epstein. Because I don't know if he's passed or not, and it worries me to do
Wait,
just
wait,
because those people. What?
and well, you did a video about oh
What I found in.
yes. But what was the one guy that you really liked a lot that died?
Oh, Isaac
Isaac.
Cappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tracy Twineman, after I found that stuff out. And I have not read that book since, and I've been fine.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
interesting too. I know you had a lot of weird stuff going on when you were reading that book.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I am curious and want to, and I probably will, because I'm a glutton for punishment.
I know, right?
Yes. Just not ready yet.
Me too. Oh my God. Well, I know Rachel's we're in the same group for the Cupcake McKinney case.
Yes. Oh, that one's getting good.
And I don't join a lot of Facebook groups like that, but that group is crazy. Like they are full on
different level.
Whoa. I've not seen anything like that. I mean, they're just coming for blood. They're just like, aren't they?
Yes. I wanted to almost leave it because it gets so mean.
I'm afraid to leave a comment. I'm just like, oh, well,
and I did, and I didn't comment back after a while. I was like shaking. I'm like, ah.
They're really coming for blood. And if anybody's followed that case, the Cupcake McKinney, it's really, really sad. But there's a lot of theories right now about that case. And a lot of people, I don't know if anybody's interested, but what was the one thing about they don't believe that the people being convicted right now are the real people?
Well, there's people in that group that are saying that. Yeah, there are people saying that they're just taking the fall for it. But now I guess the latest this morning is that, and this again is coming from Facebook. It's not coming from like some kind of valid source. So this is all hearsay, but that the dad is being questioned, and because they found a phone that he was talking to with Patrick. Patrick is the one that's been arrested for the crime, along with Derek, but it was supposed to be Dorica, but it's Derek is her name. But they found a phone that Cupcake's dad and Patrick were communicating on, and he's being questioned right now. Now it's coming from Facebook group. We don't know any validity to that.
Okay, I didn't know that. So Cupcake's daddy's being questioned.
Yeah, because they supposedly found a cell phone where it has communication with him and Patrick. That's just hearsay, though.
Oh my God! Wow.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think, I don't know if I should even say, but yeah, I think that there's more to it. That's all.
There is more to it. Yeah, because I don't believe the mother's to blame at all. I mean, everybody kind of immediately goes after the parents when something like that happens. Do you ever notice that?
Yes.
They're kind of like,
Hmm.
the parents are at default. I mean, but granted, she wasn't watching her at the time. Okay, we can all agree on that. But um, there is something else happening. There's more going on, and that Facebook group knows it. They're just like, don't they?
Well, there was a comment last weekend that really perplexed me. There was a lady, I can't remember what her name, Haley, I think it was. She said she was at the football game with, uh, oh, what's the mom's name? Ashley. Ashley's mom's name, I think. Anyways, was Cupcake's mom at a football game that day, and that Cupcake was there all day with them until 7 p.m. whenever the game got over with. And then some lady's like, well, why would these people at the party lie about this? And then the lady's like, well, why would all these 7 soccer moms, football moms, whatever you want to call them, make this up too? So there was that going on. But I mean, I don't think that these people from the party would take this heat if that little girl wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? But I get what she's saying, that the soccer moms don't have anything to lose. But really, the other people are taking all this heat right now for it. So why wouldn't they just say that? Yes, she wasn't here. But
So the mom was at a football game, right? Wasn't
yeah,
she? Who was she with
it showed a picture of her, and it showed Cupcake sitting on her lap
at the football game
at the football game.
that
I
day?
thought I sent you the screenshot. Did I not?
I don't know if you did. I don't know.
I still have it. I'll send it to you if I do.
So Cupcake was at the football game.
Right.
Okay. So at
Right.
what point was Cupcake dropped off or went to the cousin's house?
4 o'clock.
Was she with her
This-
mom?
Her mom supposedly dropped, this is all speculation again. Her
Right.
mom supposedly dropped her off at a cousin's house. I gotta clear my throat again. But dropped her off at her cousin's house. And then I guess her brother, that's 11, was in charge of a 3-year-old, was in charge of his sister. And I guess when the lady tried to walk the kids back to the apartment or whatever, nobody was there. So I don't know if she just dropped her off over there thinking that the kids would be okay for a couple hours while she did whatever. I don't know. That's what I've read.
Okay, so there's been so many things that have come out that have been really, really confusing about this whole
Mhm.
thing. Of who's
What
what.
confuses you the most?
I'm gonna put Cupcake's picture up. I'm confused about the timeline of when Cupcake was at that cousin's apartment, or when, because it just, at first it was like, I didn't know if she was dropped off or if her mother was there. You know what I mean? That's where I'm kind of confused at, to where I hate that they put Cupcake's picture in between these two people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why do they do that?
Well, it might be somebody else's, and that's why I gotta be careful with sometimes the pictures I choose to use in a video, because people can like say, no, you can't use that because it's mine. But if it's a news one, you're good.
Right.
They're trying to look and make sure. I'm like, who's
No,
that?
it's copyright strike.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, if they're free on Google, I don't know why it's a big deal. But anyway,
Sorry.
so I hate that they put her between these two people. I don't understand that. Anyway, I'm confused about. First, I was confused. I thought she was at home when it happened, and then it turns out she was at the cousin's house that kind of lived in the same kind of development or apartment. No.
Nope. Cupcake doesn't even live there. Believe that or not.
didn't
She
even live-
lives not far away, 3, 4, 5 miles, but she
She
doesn't
didn't-
live in that area.
And she didn't live in that area, and she saw a birthday party going on. Now, was the birthday party inside? I've heard it was inside. I heard it was outside.
I read outside, and I heard a jumpy house, a bouncy house,
And a
there were
bouncy
like 20 to 30 other kids there.
So, of course, a 3-year-old's going to be attracted to a bouncy house, right? But was anybody there? Like, was the cousin home? Was the mom wasn't there? Where did the mom go? That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
great question, right?
because these kids were like, nobody was around because Cupcake was escorted back to the cousin's apartment, right?
Right.
And then
nobody answered the door.
and she came back to the party. So it's all
Yeah, supposedly, I guess the party was over. This is just from reading stuff and just kind of telling you guys what I think I read. That
right.
the lady told them that the party is over and that they needed to go home, and she shut the door. But I don't know if that's true. That's just reading through.
Right. And people got upset with the woman throwing the party
because she wasn't keeping an eye on Cupcake.
Right. That she should have been watching Cupcake and should have walked her home. And
she didn't know who Cupcake was.
She didn't know.
Did not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
Being nice, fed them, gave them cake, let them jump in the jumpy house, hang out with them. I guess at one point Cupcake had to go to the bathroom, and so she pulled out her pants, go to the bathroom, and I guess somebody got upset about that, and that's how. I don't even think it was the person throwing the party. Somebody walked her back to her aunt's house where she was supposed to be, and nobody answered the door, and that's how they found out nobody was there. But then Cupcake came back to the party a few minutes later.
Right. It's just a lot of hearsay and rumors and all sorts of stuff. But and then I don't know how there must have been so many people filming at that funeral, because now we're seeing funeral clips like of people in the pews and stuff. Have you seen that? Hey,
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Can't believe that people were doing that. I mean, that little boy is going to need so much therapy. He's PTSD without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
The guilt. If his mom's like, yo, keep an eye on your sister while you're out there or whatever, and he's 11 and wants to jump in the jumpy house, eat cake, play too, and he thought everything would be okay, and bless his heart, so he's going to carry that on him. Oh my God, when I saw him, it was just like rips my heart out.
Yeah, what an impact for an 11-year-old, and to lose a sister like that in that fashion. I mean, regardless, just it's unbelievable. Yeah. And it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. But I texted you this morning and I'm like, I'm having cupcake dreams now.
Right. And I wanted to know, I'm like, tell.
I had cupcake dreams last night, and I haven't dreamt about Cupcake. I've never dreamt about the Watts children, or Shanine's children, I should say. I've never dreamt about, these little kids, but Cupcake came into my dream, and there was this little boy with her.
Okay.
There was this little boy that was with her, about her age, playing with her.
Okay.
Little black boy, he was making her laugh. So she was there, and he was in front of her, and I was watching them because he was making her laugh in my dream.
Right.
And before he came in, she had him, this is the weird thing. She was standing there, and she had a pair of men's jeans that she was holding up to her waist. And they were really long, so she would fold the legs up so they would fit her length of her body.
Okay.
And then the little boy that was playing with her kept unraveling the pants, and they were laughing. But that was significant to me in the dream, because it was kind of like representing that there was a male, right? And they were
look up something while you're talking.
And so that stood out to me because she's holding up these men's jeans, way too big on her, but the legs were so long, she was folding the legs up to kind of fold them like you would fold a pair of clothing, except not folding them, but folding them up, like lifting the legs up.
Right.
And then the other little boy was laughing at her doing that. But in my dream, I thought to myself, where did she get those men's pair of jeans? Those are men's jeans.
There was rumors, and I don't know if because nothing's come out through the courts. I know that the autopsy did come out. It was strangulation, but there's rumors that she was molested. So I wonder.
Like prior to what happened, or
I think possibly her whole life. I don't know for sure, but
I
by
read
that guy for sure. That guy, that's what the group says, that the girl, Derek, which should be Derica, she forgot to put an A on the paper or something.
okay.
And then Patrick, supposedly that's what happened. It's not been confirmed. I'm looking clothing. Let's see what clothing says here. Have new clothes in a dream is a positive sign, suggesting that you're about to embark on a new period of self-expression and heightened self-esteem. To dream of getting dressed suggests that it's time for a change. If people are looking at you critically, however, or you are forced to dress in public, the dream suggests anxiety about your ability to perform adequately in a new role. Doesn't say anything about jeans. I wonder if it has something about pants. Sorry, I love dreams.
Oh yeah, I love doing dream interpretation.
Me too.
I do. I used to have a
I
dream
know.
dictionary a long time ago.
That's what I got.
But in the dream, Rachel, it felt like it felt like a sign, like she was holding up these men's jeans to show that there was a man. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like she
Holding
had,
them up.
like she had touched these jeans, she had seen these jeans. Do you know what I'm saying?
What
But
other like small details that you can think of that you're maybe not saying? Like, okay, so I think that she's trying to show you something about the jeans and it
she
being
was
male.
showing me that, yeah, it was more in the dream. I thought to myself that those are men's jeans, and
Were
why?
you sad, happy, mad, glad?
No,
What was your feeling?
she was showing me the jeans, and then this little boy was kind of like was with her, was accompanying her, was making her laugh and making her happy. Like she was laughing. She wasn't sad.
That's
But
good. That's
so like
good.
so like she's standing here, he's standing in front of her.
Okay.
And I was watching them like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw their side view, and he's making faces and talking to her, and she's cracking up and giggling, and he was right with her the whole time. She wasn't by herself. And
That's so great to hear.
it wasn't like anything bad, or it was like she was happy. And that's my first cupcake dream, and I may not ever have another one, but I thought it was really odd. So
Wow.
this cupcake dream.
You need, yeah, I mean, if you don't, I'll also Google jeans and get into more specifics on the dreams because it doesn't have anything in here. But I think that it's just showing you it doesn't maybe even have to be that deep. She's showing you this, you know what I mean?
That there was
Showing you the jeans.
showing maybe, yeah, the genes of the person, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Right. We don't, but still.
We don't know, but yeah. Um, it's just really sad. So yeah, that Facebook group's kind of getting scary. I don't know how long I want to be in it.
I can't comment
You
without
can
having to
say
feel like I'm
nothing.
attacked. Right.
Oh my God, they'll just like come right for you. I mean, it's kind of like crazy. So I don't
You
know.
guys can join it if you'd like.
Hey, how? Yeah.
Hey, Brooke says, hey. Hey,
We've got
Tracy.
we have two Brooks in the Mystic Village, one with an E, one without an E. We do.
See, she spells hers.
Does anybody have anything like questions? Rachel, I don't know how long you want to be on here. We've been on here for an hour and 36 minutes. Hello? I have no audio. Can you guys hear me? Oh, no. Hello? Can you guys hear me? What happened? Can you guys hear me? I can't hear anything she's saying. Can you hear Rachel? Rachel, I can't hear you. she go? Where'd she go? She's doing the silent movie thing. Sounds like 2 syllables. Hold on, I just messaged her. Let's see. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. No. What happened to her? Oh, she's gone. She'll come back on. Oh my goodness, that was fun. You guys can still hear me though, right? Oh, Rachel. Don't we love Rachel? Um, well, you know how my lives go. They'll go on for 3 hours. The spirit's going crazy on in Rachel's house. Wait, let's add her back. Are you back? Nope. We can't hear you. No Rach, no volume. I can't hear her. Can you guys hear her, but I can't? Oh my God. Can someone tell me who can hear me and who can hear her? Or can you not hear either one of us? What happened? Hold on. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty from all this talking. Whew. No, can't hear Rachel. Tell her to unplug her headphones. Oh. No, I didn't mute her. Rachel, unplug your headphones. I can't type with these nails on. Unplug your headphones, maybe. Where'd she go? She's like totally gone now. I'm going to remove her and then add her back in. We had this problem when we first started. Okay, she's going to go back on. Hold on. When we first started, it was my headphones. Then she couldn't hear me at all, so I took mine off. I don't know why the headphones do that to the audio. Isn't this fun to have guests? Have a guest come on, and I'd like to bring more people, more guests on in the future. I have a couple of people in mind. She'll be back. It's just me. Can you guys put up with me until then? Oh wait, here she comes. She's trying. She's trying.
Hear me?
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me?
I need to put it on Do Not Disturb because I got a phone call from a bill collector, of course. And
that'll do it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what happened then. Sorry,
that'll
guys.
do it. It'll knock you off. You're back! Yay!
We did it.
Yay! Isn't that funny? Oh, I wonder what happened. I'm like, where'd she go? And then
it happened to us earlier.
Yeah, I know. It's very sensitive for some reason.
Temperamental.
It's temperamental. Well, Rachel, what do you think about doing this more often together?
I love it.
You want to do it more often?
Sure.
You want to come on my channel or you want to do your
We'll
channel?
flip flop. We'll go
You
back
want-
and forth.
You want to flip flop?
Yeah, flip flop, flip flop.
Flip
Diary
flop.
of a Mystic, did you tell everyone that you have the private Facebook?
Oh, the private Mystic Village group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me try to find
Are you mad? You're like, dang it, you don't have me prepared.
the link. Well, people are having problems with the link, remember? But now I think
I
it's
didn't.
okay. Yeah, you didn't. Oh, hold on. Let me find the link.
If they have a yeah, I guess that would be too hard. I was thinking.
Yeah, here's the link again. I'll put it in the comment. Yeah, anybody can join. I just made it private because
Yes, I do.
you know what I'm saying. I don't even need to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
StreamYards was giving Brooke a lot of issues too. It must be sensitive with the audio.
I think so, because that's where Brooke's problem was, the audio too.
So Jazeel, there's the new link. Try that. Did you guys enjoy us together? You're both hit of each other. Great. You're going to be great friends. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Bromance?
It's a bromance.
That's right. How do you call it a girlmance? A girlmance.
It's a girl. Yeah.
A girlmance? Because we're not
Girlmance.
bros. Sorry, I am one of those that says my sex. I'm not non-binary or whatever.
I'm not
How
a
about they
man
take-
today.
How about this drives me crazy. They took the girl sign off of our feminine products. Now tell me what guy can use a tampon. I mean, I guess we shouldn't even go there because everyone's so sensitive, but I think it's ridiculous.
Wait a minute. They took off the girl sign for what?
I'll show you. Yes, maxi pads and tampons. I'll show you. It's in Facebook. I'll show you. They removed it. So
God.
you tell me what guy can use a tampon and I'd like to meet him. And what guy wants to.
Yeah, one man wants to get his period. Like, hello. I mean, they don't realize you have your period like the majority of your life, right?
Yes, it's horrible. I hate everything about it.
I've had mine for 35 years. I can't wait to say goodbye. It's like, okay.
How old were you when you started? I think it was 12 or 13.
I was 11. You were 12?
Maybe it's 5th grade summer.
How old was they always say it goes by your mom. How old was your mom when she got
no idea. She had me when she was 19. She was young.
My mom was 19 when she had me too.
There's another thing we haven't comment. Put it on the list.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Yeah, my mom was 19 when she had me.
That's hilarious.
That's weird. No, I was 11. I was 11 years old.
It might have been. It's 5th grade. I'd have to go. How old are you in 5th grade? Yeah. 11, 12, right around there.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe 11.
Some people, it just depends. Some,
yeah.
It just depends for different reasons. But yeah, what man wants to have a menstrual cycle?
Beyond really, my comprehension.
I don't get that. I really don't. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about all that, but I won't say it here.
I know. And Ella, my little sensitive girl, anytime we tried to talk about anything like that, and my husband, all I have to say is Trump. And so she's very anti anything my husband has to say.
Yeah. You have does your husband ever want to talk about Trump with you?
Yes. And I just let him, and I don't listen.
Right. And isn't it funny how they want to discuss things political, like they're defending him?
Well, they can, yeah. And I'm just like, I don't have a clue what you're talking about, really. So keep on going.
Does he kind of he's like protecting Trump and defending him? Like, that's what.
And he does. But there's things that I also like agree with, but like he'll
Right.
talk about daily news about him. Like I
Yes.
don't care about daily news on Trump. I just don't. Unless it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot.
When he comes home from work, is that like the first thing he watches? Is like the updates?
Oh no, he watches podcasts all day. So when he gets home, he's got a bunch of information to tell me about. I'm going to show you.
God. That's why I bought these ginormous headphones to tune it all out.
He wants to put this on our vehicle, and I told him he can't.
Oh my God.
I told him he can't.
No.
I told him he can't. I'm like, you'll get our windows bashed in. You're not doing that.
That's hilarious.
He has the Trump shirt.
Oh my, he even has he's hardcore. Yeah. He's hardcore. At least Village Daddy doesn't have any of that stuff yet.
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 Pat knew him, he'd send him something, I'm sure.
Thanks for joining, ladies. I approved your approval to get into the Facebook group.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, this is a funny story about McDonald's. Pat goes to work like really early in the morning, and he was handing the guys some money.
Yeah.
And, hold on, I'm getting it. Okay, so he hands the guys some money, and it says this on it, okay?
Yeah.
And it's early in the morning. The guy would not take the dollar bill because it said that on there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, can we sue McDonald's to become billionaires?
No kidding.
But they wouldn't take that. Isn't that crazy?
I don't think I would take it either. I'd say, can I have a different dollar?
Well, and it was like a 17-year-old little black guy. He was like, I can't take that.
That's crazy.
Pat didn't do it to be mean. He just was grabbing dollars out of his.
Yeah. Well, one year, I got a Proud Democrat bumper sticker because Village Daddy hates all Democrats. He's Republican, and I vote Democrats. Anyway, I put it on his dump truck.
Oh, I bet he was pissed.
No, he wasn't. He didn't get mad at me, but it said Proud Democrat, and it was on there for like 3 days.
Funny.
Because I was so sick of his BS about everything, and I ordered a Proud Democrat bumper sticker and put it on his dump truck. I did.
Yeah. I am not either. I am for the sake of greater good, and I don't think I think we just need to clean house completely.
Right.
Every single one of them. Sweep them out and let's start over.
I have some conservative views about things. It doesn't mean I'm straight.
Exactly.
Democrat. And I have a lot of liberal views about things, and there's some things I'm not democratic about, or you know what I mean? So, but they fangirl Trump. It's like all in 100%.
My husband is.
Yeah. Oh, my boyfriend is. My God. It's like
I was for a while, and then as more came out, I mean, I don't know, as more that I hear, more I see, I am just like, you know what? I'm over it. I am no one's good in there. No one. They're all same agenda, I think.
Yeah, they all have an agenda. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny though. So both of our moms had us at 19. What are the chances of that? But you're not the only child though. You have siblings, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm the oldest out of 6.
6?
There's 6 of us.
And you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest and the toughest.
Wow. Oh my God. How many? So do you have brothers and sisters?
There's 4 girls, 2 boys.
Oh, that's so cool.
4 girls are the oldest and the 2 boys are the youngest.
That's a big family.
It is.
You guys live around each other or near each other?
Oops. Yeah. Except for my brother Adam lives in St. Louis, which it's not that far away. It's 3 hours, but yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like all my siblings are having more than 1 kid. I want to talk about the Christmas. Like I have 1 kid. You don't have to buy my kid 1 present. Why do I need to buy your kid 4 presents or like 1 present free? I'm like, can we figure this out? I'm kind of joking about it, but I'm just like, so I need to have more children to get more gifts. Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? One year we all would draw names and then buy the gift for the name we drew, which
That's what
kind
I
of
like to do.
yeah.
We did it one year. I want to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. So you come from a big family. I was an only child.
You were?
That's why I'm so spoiled.
Wow.
No, I'm
I
not.
am jealous. I always wanted to be an only child.
I'm an only child. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. I really, really did. And Ella's like, I want a sister, I want a brother. And I'm just like, I'd have given anything to have silence in my house whenever I was growing up.
Well, I was an only child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I
So
said had a girl, I was I
yeah,
was done.
you were done. Yeah. Yeah. Being an only child has its amenities, but it's like you kind of want an older brother or like a baby sister, or, you know what I mean? And that whole big family thing. And it must be nice to like grow up together and then still be like in each other's lives when you're an adult and you're growing older. And that's comforting to me, you know?
Maybe I'm selfish, but I grew up with 6, so I just didn't want a lot. And I want to travel. I want to be drinking pina coladas somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just didn't want to have a bunch of kids. That's just not what I wanted.
I didn't either, Rachel. I didn't want a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
I just
No desire. To each their own.
I admire those that have a lot of kids and want kids and do all that, but one was enough for me. I'm happy with the one I have. And I know that
Touché.
probably sounds really weird, but yeah, that's
Agreed.
just yeah. Now, did you ever dream of like your wedding day and getting married and all that stuff? Was that like
Never had a vision like that. And I always thought something was wrong with me because all my girlfriends would know what their wedding dress was going to look like, what this was going to look like, where they were going to have this, that, the other. And I never imagined that. But guess where I got married? A courthouse. So go figure.
you did? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We
weird.
never had a big wedding.
I never dreamt of a wedding day. All my friends got married. They all had the bridal magazines and they all wanted that. And I probably, if I ever got married, it would be at the courthouse too. It'd be like very
That's what we did.
simple. Yeah. That is
Spent money on our honeymoon is what we did because we had to pay for it all. So yeah.
Yeah. And you guys went to Mexico. I love that.
Yeah, Cancun.
Cancun. That was fun.
The food was horrible. I ate the crackers that I brought the whole time and lived on strawberry daiquiris. A lot of times non-alcoholic because the alcohol would give me such a bad headache. I could go on.
Really?
I just start to mumble. Yeah. So.
Ew.
I don't know.
That's weird. So you just ate crackers the whole time you were there?
Got peanut butter crackers. Yes. And do you know that I didn't figure out? I thought since we were in Mexico, they didn't have hot water. We're in this nice hotel, but I go to turn on the hot water and it's like freezing cold. I'm like, I guess I have to take cold showers for 4 days. And so the last day we're there, I figured out it needed to go the other way. So I didn't have the hot water. It was horrible.
Nobody told you. That's so funny.
Like, why would I just have to go the other way? And Pat's like, I've taken hot showers all week. I'm like, it must be nice. You didn't tell me.
Taking hot showers all week. Oh
Can you
my
imagine
God.
trying to shave your legs in freezing cold water? You got to put a swimsuit on to go to the beach. Like,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they have hot water in Mexico if you've never been.
they do. I took cold showers in Mexico, but I was like in a little tiny village where there wasn't
That
hot
would be
water.
interesting.
Yeah, but it was so damn hot. It was so hot that and now if it gets super hot in the summers, I like to take like not a cold shower like that, but I prefer it because it cools you down.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Did you know that they made swimming pools now? You can jump in those and they're cold. I'm just messing with you.
Rachel's making jokes. I'll be back at 7:00. We should do like comedy hour.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yes. It's just funny. Like, I like cold shower. I'm like, duh, get in a swimming pool.
We should make a whole other channel and make it like a comedy channel. It's just like we can put everybody everybody's comments up. I'm looking at these comments and I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I can't see them unless I look over here. Then I'm not looking there, so it looks weird.
Brooke said, make them play
BRB.
Santa. I
Huh?
don't know.
Say that again.
Wait a minute. Brooke said, hold on, make them play Dirty Santa.
Okay, I can see them now, but I can't look at. I can't. Can you see me?
I see you.
I can't. I can see the comments, but I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No, not when I look at comments.
Um,
BRB. There we go.
And then
That's why.
I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. All right, ladies. Work it out. Anyway.
Are they fighting?
No, there was just some, I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. Someone take the reins in there.
It was Dirty Santa. I'm like, Dirty Santa?
I don't know Dirty Santa.
Me either.
Well, my husband, but that's a whole other story.
How. Anyway.
Exactly. I love that. Ho.
Ho. Yeah. Oh my God. Dirty Santa. It sounds like a drink. There must be a drink called Dirty Santa.
Ooh, yeah, I bet there is. Yes. Or we can make one.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, last night it got crazy with the thunderstorms and stuff. So I was so worried about the freaking Wi-Fi today. And we've done good with the Wi-Fi.
We have.
Yeah. But I don't know what your schedule is like, but when do you want to do this again? Because this was fun.
We tried next Friday.
Yeah. What's next Friday? The 8th? Yeah.
I have jury duty coming up on the 18th of November.
Ooh.
What if I get called? Did I tell you that? I get called. What if I get called? Yeah, I don't know what case it's going to be on, but yeah, I have to go sit down there all day long down at the courthouse on the 18th of November.
Have you already been screened for that? Like you can't get out of it to not do it?
I guess I should have maybe asked you that at a time because I just went ahead and signed and said okay.
Oh.
I had to do it online.
Oh, you did? That sucks. Well, maybe you'll have a real juicy case you're going to be on.
Well, I've decided that I'm going to unwithdraw to vote. I found out from a friend that people who vote are the people who get called. I'm like, really? Well, consider me a non-voter anymore because I'm tired of going to jury duty and wasting a day there. And I mean, if I got called to a trial, maybe.
Are they gonna pay you?
Not unless you get called to trial. I think that they do. Right. So otherwise, it's a day wasted down there, and I have to sit next to 300 people in a room that I don't know. So
oh my God! Yeah, that sucks. Well, hopefully it won't go on too long. There's a cat.
So annoying.
That is annoying. Well, let's shoot for
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to shoot for next Friday?
Yep. Let's do that. And if plans change, then we'll post it on the community board or in Mystic Village. All
right. Yeah. And do you want to do it here again, or you want to go to your channel?
Completely up to you. You pick.
Okay. Whatever you're comfortable with. I don't really.
Let's not make a decision now. We'll just post it. How about
okay.
That?
Yeah. We'll surprise y'all.
Yeah. It'll be next Friday, one of our channels.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've
guys.
Yeah, we've done a two-hour show together.
It's gonna take forever for this to upload, by the way.
It'll take forever to process. Yeah.
Yep.
And you're gonna post this on your channel.
I was gonna post it just to Patreon, but I can post it to my channel too.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No. It's okay. I don't mind. I will.
Okay. Well, I forgot what you told me. Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just I have one Patreon, and I want it. But Tracy might be in here.
I know. I have. Well, actually, Jazeel's a Patreon, so I guess I have two.
Yeah, but I don't do a lot in it. I'm not navigated enough, so I don't advertise for it. So.
Right. Yeah.
It's
there. I kind of like having it, just in case I want to do
right
other things. I mean, it doesn't hurt,
I post my videos there earlier than I do on my tube.
So your
So-
patrons see the videos before YouTube does.
Correct. And then like eventually if it got big enough, I'd just do my lives on that only. But
Yeah, that's a good
That's later.
idea.
yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people use other streaming forms like Twitch and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take
Now,
that slow. Stick with StreamYard for a second.
StreamYard's fun. Yeah, it's fun. But thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You're a great guest. You're my first guest.
Sweet. I am honored. Thank you.
You're the best guest. I had so much fun.
It
And
was so fun.
I'm glad the internet didn't go out.
Me too.
And we had
I gave you a little problem, but
no, you didn't. We had a lot of fun, and everybody can rewatch this and save
Okay.
it. It was
And-
fun.
I will
And-
upload it. Okay.
Yeah, and thanks everybody who came on.
Thanks, guys. I can't
Yeah,
see the
that
chat.
was cool. And maybe hopefully we can do this again next Friday. I think
Yeah.
Friday's a good thing to do it. And then
I
also,
like Fridays too.
yeah, Friday's a good day to do it. And then of course, I don't think we're ever going to run out of anything to talk about.
No, I could talk about the keyboard and you'd listen.
I could. Yeah, I know. I could talk
Oh, so
about
it's funny.
my cat's tail. I mean, I don't know.
I
but
would listen.
you would
That's
listen.
just who we are.
Look at my cat's tail, so weird. Anyway, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah. Love you guys.
And thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that
Thank you for
came
having me.
in.
And
And
thanks.
please subscribe. Go to Conscious Truths channel if you haven't already. Please go subscribe to her channel. It's in the description box below. And that's it.
Okay. I
Um,
will talk to you later.
bye, girl. Bye, everybody. We're
Bye,
signing
guys.
off. Make good choices.
Again. Yeah, make good choices. Don't listen to us. Bye.
Make good choices. Don't hear voices. Bye. Bye, Rachel.
Bye.
All right,
Oh,
bye,
you're so funny.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I can figure out how to close it.
I'm leaving.
I'm still here because I can't figure out
Are
how to
you
stop. Oh, leave. Hit that button, leave.
Oh. Bye, bye, guys. Mwah. You love you. Hey, bye, y'all. Hey, bye, everybody.